Hi, everybody. It's Helen McConnell here from helenmcconnell.com. And today I want to talk to you about tapping to improve your intuition. Now, everyone has intuition. And if you think you don't have intuition, I invite you to just listen along and keep an open mind because you do. It's a matter of discovering it, paying attention to it, and cultivating it and honoring your intuition. So growing up, I didn't think I had any intuition. I didn't know what that was. But to me now, what intuition is information or guidance that comes from beyond my thinking mind. It doesn't come from my brain. It might come through my brain, but it's coming from greater consciousness. And once I acknowledged that I have intuition, it started to expand. I started to notice it much more often. And then when I started noticing it and honoring it, it really, really got big. It's like, oh, this is so great. Now I get intuition about all kinds of things. And as a tapping practitioner, I always say I'm a very intuitive tapping practitioner. When I first started, I was more of a thinking tapping practitioner, and now I'm much more intuitive. I listen to intuition because my thinking thoughts don't guide me usually in exactly the right direction. So this took a while, but it doesn't have to take you that long. So we're going to talk about intuition and we're going to tap, and I want you to be open and set some sort of intention about your intuition, to have more of it, to honor it more often, to consciously seek out your intuition, which is what I've come to do. I mean, I do practice that on a regular basis. So any way that you can improve your intuition will improve your life. And why do I say this? Is because I don't know how far back it goes. I would say historically, at least a couple hundred years, most people just use their thinking mind to solve problems and to be creative and to do different things. But the thinking mind is really limited. And you and I both know that technology has expanded incredibly, especially over the last 10, 15 years. And if technology is expanding, then so is our consciousness. We are a reflection of technology. Technology is a reflection of us. We have to expand our consciousness. And that's where intuition plays in. So let's tap. Let's do this. I'd like you to take a deep breath. Take full responsibility for your own well-being. I'm not promising anything. I just want you to pay attention. So one of the most profound ways to discover your intuition through tapping is to use wordless tapping. Wordless tapping has been developed in the last few years. I think it's always been there, but now it's kind of a thing. And I just want you to try it because as soon as we start tapping, our nervous system quiets down. It becomes calmer. Whether you notice it or not, it is getting calmer. And as the nervous system calms down, it allows the intuition to come through. It lowers cortisol and so forth. When your nervous system is calm, your mind gets more calm. And as your mind gets more calm, the intuition can come through. So we do wordless tapping almost exactly like how we do regular tapping. We just don't use any words. So we're going to start by tapping on the side of the hand, just like this. Take a nice deep breath. And as you begin to tap, notice any discomfort in your body, any tightness, any pain, anything that seems a little out of alignment. So what I suggest with wordless tapping is to try to find one thing to focus your attention on. Doesn't matter what it is. If you can't find discomfort in your body, just think about something that bugs you or something you're curious about or a problem you're trying to solve or whatever. Pick a problem you're trying to solve or whatever. Okay? And like I said, we're not going to use any words. Just follow along with me. Right to the top of the head. Take a really deep breath. Consciously relax your shoulders, inner eyebrow, outer eye, under the eye, under the nose, on the chin, on the collarbone, under the arm. And that's traditionally one round of tapping. We're going to go around twice with wordless tapping because the first time might bring something up, and now you're going to observe it. Don't try to get rid of anything, just observe it. And you can go slow or as fast as you feel compelled to do. Now that's 2 full rounds. Take a deep breath and let's tap through the fingertips. Just go side of the finger, baby finger, ring finger, middle finger, index finger. These are all tapping points right here, these acupuncture points on the sides of the fingers, and your thumb. And I'm going to suggest that you flip to the other hand and go down the other side. Thumb, index, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. Okay. Take a really deep breath here. Now just stop for a minute and refer back to what you chose to focus on. Was it a pain, an ache, a discomfort? Is there a project you're working on that you feel particularly stuck on? Go back to that initial target item and just sense in. Take another couple deep breaths and see if you get any information. Now that information, you can keep your eyes open or closed, whatever feels best to you. That information comes to different people in different ways. For me, it generally comes as I'm looking up here, like it comes sort of, it feels like it's coming down through the top of my head and it's coming down sometimes like verbally, like a voice. Other times it's an image, but most often for me, it's kind of a sensation that I'm getting. I don't know, for me, it comes in lots of different ways. Just learn to pay attention to the way that the information comes to you. Now, as you notice what information has come to you, this is what I like to sort of guide you on as to what is your true guidance and what is just your mind thinking things up or your imagination. And there is no bad information, but here's my guideline. If the information that comes to you is doing one of a couple things, if it's putting you down and saying, well, you're just stupid and that's why you can't figure it out, that is not guidance. That is just your ego self telling you stories. It's not true, and don't believe that stuff. You might have heard it and you might have felt it and you might have heard it in the past, but that doesn't make it true. So just kind of swipe that one away. Take another deep breath. And if your guidance comes to you in the form of any kind of negativity, like judging someone else, swipe that away. We're looking for true guidance, and true guidance, which we're talking about is the big T truth, always has, I'm going to just call it a positive spin, and it's not just making things up. It'll give you information in a completely different way. Like it might say, Helen, it's time for you to really love yourself. And if I get that kind of message, I'm going to feel it here and I'm going to know that it's the truth. But you have to practice. And I can't, well, actually, I do guide people when they tell me that they got this particular guidance and it feels really judgmental to me or self-judgmental. That's not true guidance. That might be a place to start looking for the guidance or hearing the guidance, but true guidance is never about judging yourself or others. It's never about complaining. It's never about blaming. So true guidance is the truth, and it always feels better, positive. All right, I hope you found this helpful, and that's just a simple technique to improve your intuition. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.